Hello and welcome to Mining Review Africa. My name is Sengiwe Mutawung and thank you for joining us. Today we have with us Marieke Gericke. She's the Group Executive in the Extractive Metallurgy Cluster at Mintek. Marieke, thank you for joining us and welcome.
Thank you, Slinguwe, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Briefly tell us about the history of Mintek and what you basically do there.
Yes, Mintek is a state-owned South African research council, and we are one of the oldest and largest metallurgical facilities of its kind in the world. And we are very proud to say that we are turning 89 years old this year. Our mandate is to conduct research and development and then to transfer these technologies that we've developed to the minerals industry. So the reason for this is really to enable better utilization of minerals in South Africa, to improve technical processes for mineral production, but then also to establish, promote, and expand new and existing minerals industry. So I think you can call us a one-stop shop for metallurgical research and technology development in South Africa. And we are really working closely together with industry and other R&D councils as well as universities while we are developing these technologies.
Mariki, you mentioned that Mintek is a one-stop shop for metallurgical services in South Africa. Let's briefly unpack that. Tell us about some of the services and the products that Mintek offers.
Yes, we cover the whole mining value chain, starting with minerals characterization. We also focus a lot on minerals processing, and then we look at the extraction of metals from these ores and concentrates. And we've got quite a lot of different tools in our toolbox, which include hydrometallurgical, pyrometallurgical, and biometallurgical processes. We also very strong on process control and optimization. And we also have a group looking at advanced materials and manufacturing. And Mintek also manages a number of mine rehabilitation projects. So we execute projects at all scales, from concept scale, which we do at small scale bench type work in the laboratory. We also work with companies to optimize and scale up technologies. And then we do very large pilot demonstrations. And I think this is actually what makes us unique is these large scale facilities that we have. And it can be used to simulate near industrial scale processes. So these results that we get from these piloting campaigns can then be used by clients in their pre-feasibility and feasibility studies. Mintek's processes and products have been implemented all around the world. Just a few examples include our process control systems, which have been implemented in more than 45 countries at 145 mine sites. We've also commercialized, for example, our DC arc smelting technologies and our bleaching technologies globally. So yeah, so we really cover the value chain, and we work with mining companies, as I've already mentioned, the industry, mining industry, sorry, universities, consultants, engineering companies, etc.
Mm. And Mariki's strategy, I can imagine, plays a huge role for a large scale organization such as Mintek. Tell us about some of the strategic programs that you are involved in.
Yeah, as part of our Mintek 2030 strategy, we have identified several high-impact programs that aim to deliver benefits to the mining industry and South Africa as a whole in the short to the medium term. I'm just going to mention a few to you. Energy is at the moment on everybody's minds. And one of the programs that we are focusing on is addressing energy storage. storage of energy is really very important because we need to store it to use it later, where and when it's most needed. And that's really very important for us in the development of these renewable energy sources. And all of this has led to a huge demand for technology metals globally. So Mintek's focus currently is on the development of technologies to produce battery-grade precursors. And these precursors are based on South Africa's vast mineral resources, which include, for example, vanadium, manganese, nickel. We also work on cobalt as well as rare earth elements. And we are piloting these technologies at Mintek in collaboration with mining companies to ensure that it's successful and focused.
mm,
Another energy-related program is based on fuel cell technology development. And over the past 10 years, Mintek has been a co-host of the HISA Catalysis Center of Competence that's been supported by the Department of Science and Innovation. And we have managed to produce platinum-based fuel cell catalysts, and we've scaled up this process. And these catalysts are very competitive in performance and cost against well-established global manufacturers. And we are currently selling these commercially. But now then the next phase for us is really to manufacture across the entire fuel cell value chain. So we're not only focusing on the catalyst, but also looking at membrane electrode assemblies, the stacks, and then finally the whole fuel cell system. So the objective here is really to unlock greater commercialization opportunities, both locally and globally. Yeah, and maybe just one more example that I can mention is, the revival of the ferroalloy industry. Our local ferroalloy industry is no longer globally competitive and or financially viable. There are several factors contributing to this, including increasing electricity cost, electricity supply, also the aging and uncompetitiveness of some of the technologies. So over the past decade, quite a number of smelters in South Africa have closed. So we've established the process to support the industry in reviving the ferroalloy industry in South Africa. And that's really based on development of new technologies that also incorporate alternative energy supply, like integrating renewable energy in the process, new processing technologies, etc. So in this case as well, we have local and international partners that we work with to demonstrate the processes. Maybe I can just add one more. Water is very important in South Africa as well.
That's right.
And, it's recognized that acid mine drainage is a big problem in South Africa. So we are currently looking at integrated solutions to address this mine water challenge. So we're looking at development and implementation of technologies for the treatment of this mine impacted waters. And the aim is really to produce water that's fit for reuse. So it can either be drinking water, or we can reuse it in the processes, or we can use it for irrigation, for example. And then also the development of more water efficient processes that can be used in the mining industry. So yeah, so in a nutshell, that's just a few of them. There are more, and a lot more that Mintek is currently
Yeah.
focusing on to assist the mining industry.
Mm, mm. And Marieke, we spoke previously before you touched on the water issue about catalyst. I mean, the mining industry is seeing an evolution of technology. It's going into a technological boom. How does Mintech ensure that you remain on trend with the latest technologies to enhance your service and product offerings?
Yeah, that's actually quite important for us because it's very important that Mintek remains relevant. So what we're aiming at is to identify and also involve our potential end users as early as possible during technology development. that ensures that we understand the problems and that we address the correct problems, and that our technologies that we develop
Yeah.
are relevant to the market. We also, as I've already mentioned, we do collaborate a lot with universities and
Mm,
research councils, as well as industry, when we develop these technologies. So that also assists us to keep up to date with the latest trends. And also, when you partner and you put your knowledge together, we can fast track the technology development as well. And yeah, so
mm,
Mintek researchers also publish extensively in peer-reviewed journals. We present work at local and international conferences, and we also exhibit our technologies and services at events such as the recent African Mining in Durban, which was held in Cape
mm,
Town. Um, yeah, and then something that's very close to our hearts is that we encourage our scientists and engineers to enroll for postgraduate studies. So quite a large number of our staff complement are studying towards higher degrees, and that's
mm,
also in collaboration with universities, which again expose them to the latest and
yeah.
the newest trends in the mining
Mm.
industry.
Ah, Mariki, that's certainly impressive. Congratulations with the work that you've managed to achieve, and all the best, really, with your future endeavors at Mintek. That was Marieke Gericke. She is the group executive in the Extractive Metallurgy Cluster at Mintek. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, bye bye.